attorney Dan Scott, and I do bankruptcy work. I wanted to talk to you today about the meeting of creditors and really give you 5 tips about how you can make your meeting of creditors go much smoother, maybe some do's or don'ts. But the main thing is I want you to be able to know what you really need to do so that things can go smoother when you go to your creditors meeting. The first thing is be sure that you can find the courthouse. Now, wherever you're going to court, if I were to file your case, you're going to Knoxville, Tennessee, because that's where this courthouse is. And you need to go down to Knoxville and find the courthouse in advance of the day that you're there. And the reason why is because, not that it's hard to find, but you need to identify where it is and where you're going to park. Because, of course, in downtown Knoxville, parking's at a premium. There are places to park close to the courthouse, so it's not a problem per se. But if you get there and then you can't find a place to park, then that may be a problem for you. So number one is go down and check out the courthouse, find you a place to park, get it in your mind where you're going to park so that on the day of your creditors meeting, you won't have that stress of where do I park, where do I park. The second thing is be on time for your creditors meeting. Now, you're not going to be in big court before the big judge. You're going to be in a meeting room, and so it'll be somewhat informal. But this is a federal courthouse, and so you don't want to come in there late, have a problem, get through security, and then all of a sudden you add another layer of stress when there's really no reason for you to be stressed out over the 341 meeting. So try to get there about 15 minutes early. That's plenty of time. That way you can find the meeting room where we'll be, and then you can kind of relax before your time starts. The third thing is you got to remember that you cannot bring any weapons into the courthouse. Now that's obvious, but you know, if you carry a knife in your pocket, you know, some folks are just used to carrying knives. You better leave that in the car or truck, because you can't carry a knife in the courthouse. Obviously, you can't carry a gun into the courthouse. I would assume that you would know that even if you've got a permit. You're going to have to go through security, so you want to make sure that you can get through security okay, and you don't want to have a weapon. The other thing is you cannot take your cell phone, into the courthouse. Now, if you get there and you've carried your cell phone in, there's a place that you can put it, but a lot of people tell me they don't feel comfortable putting their cell phone in a little box and just hoping it's going to be there when you come back. Now, none of my clients have ever gotten their cell phone taken, but I'm just telling you this is something that you need to consider. The next thing is be sure that you bring your driver's license and your Social Security card. You've got to prove your identity when you go to your creditors meeting. Now, that means a driver's license with a picture ID and your Social Security card. Now, for some of us, we haven't used our Social Security card in years. And I tell folks, look, why don't you go get one? It may be good for you to have it. But if you don't want to go through that, one way to prove your Social Security number, that you are who you are, is from your W-2 that you get off your tax return. Now, you can't use your tax return to prove who you are because you prepare those or you hire somebody to prepare them. But your W-2 is prepared by your employer. And so the trustees normally take a W-2 to prove your identity. And that's really all they're trying to do, is just confirm that you are the person that's identified in the schedules. And then the last tip for you is tell the truth. You're going to be under oath. Everything we do there is under penalty of perjury. So we just tell the truth, good, bad, or ugly. If you tell the truth, you can tell it twice in a row. And I know you're going to be nervous when you come. There's really not any reason to be, but it's natural to be nervous. But just remember, you're going to tell the truth. Now, be aware of what you said in your papers. If I filed your case, we've reviewed those with you. So be sure that you know what you put on your paperwork. And then one thing that sometimes people really are confused about is you're going to be asked, if you've got a house and you said it was worth $90,000, you're going to be asked, how is it that you determined it was worth $90,000? And so you need to think about that question. Is that the tax valuation? Did you have the property appraised? Very few of my clients have their property appraised. There's really no need to. Perhaps you could say, if it's true and you believe it, that this is what houses in the area are selling for, and my house is about average with the rest of the houses. Now, sometimes we find because you've been under financial constraints, sometimes for a long time, then you may have deferred maintenance on your house. So while other properties around yours might sell for $110,000 because of a lot of maintenance that's overdue on your house might need more work. So those are some tips that'll help you with your creditors meeting, and just pay attention to those, and then your creditors meeting will go off just fine. I hope this tip is helpful for you. If you're seeing us on YouTube, subscribe to our channel. That way you'll get noticed when I publish new videos. I do that fairly frequently. And if you're on Facebook, like our page.